Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs, and I'm your boy Lulua Mark. We are back with the second part of our project. We left this project at this stage. This is where we stopped with this project, and when you come to the 3D, this is basically the box that we designed yesterday, and it's not looking bad though. So we promised that when we resume this project, we shall now start creating our openings. By openings, I mean the doors, the windows, and of course furnishing these rooms. And that's what we are going to achieve today. And from this point, I would like to start by creating the door, the window, the door. I think we can start with the doors. Now, one thing you need to understand with the Revit is you need to manually download these components, these libraries. You can't find them, the exact types you'll want to have in this library, this Revit library. If you click here door, it will give you some doors, but these are really basic doors that you may not likely want to use for your projects. That's why it's advisable you create your own library. You can actually model this thing on your own, but of course that is advanced, and it will take you some bit of time to understand how to model these components from scratch. But then you have the opportunity or the the privilege to download these libraries from websites that already modeled the components. For example, we have there's one called Revit libraries, and then we also have 3D. There's 3D, and then we have the 3D objects, and there's so many other libraries that you can get online. There are quite a number, so it is up to you to really go and search for them. You'll be able to find all those libraries. You can simply search for any component you want, and then you write, for example, if you want a door, you can search for door families in Revit. Then it will show you all the websites that are available for you to download these components from. It works for all the websites actually, so you don't have to worry about not getting the components from the right website. So that's not a big worry. For now, I have my libraries already, so I'll simply go to the library and get my components. Now, if I want to place a door, I'll simply click on this door here. Okay, you come to architecture, you go to door. From door here, I'll look for load family. You realize the interface I have is for 2026. This is Revit 2026. For Revit 2024 and below, the load family is around here. You'll be able to see here load family, and for 2026 you can't see it here. I'm not even seeing it. However, there are other ways you can get this. So when I click edit type like this, it will show me this window, and from here I can click on load. When I click on that, it will take me to the library or your computer library. So I'll look for my libraries. I'll look for Revit libraries just like that. Then I shall be able to see the doors here. So these are the different doors that we have that we can use for our project. So I want to use this. I'll just select it. I'll click open. It will open in this project. Let's wait for it to load. It normally takes some bit of time to load, but I think this one is almost there. Let's wait and see. Now it has loaded. It has loaded into the project. Now when I click OK, it will, you see now the door here has changed. We had all wooden doors. Now this is a glass door. Now I can just simply come and place it here, just like that. Can place it there. Then I'll escape. You see, this is how a door. This is a glass door. It's also a sliding door. That's how it looks. When we come to the 3D, you will see the door will appear like this. You see that? You can even see through it into the building. So that is how a door, a glass door, looks like on your house. So when I click on it, I want it to open from outside. When you see these things are outside, that means the door is opening inside. So now we click this like that so that it can open outside. Now when you come to the 3D, you'll see that it has flipped it, and the outer side is now out, the inner side has gone inside. That's exactly what we want to have. Now let's go to other things. We are going to look for more doors because we now want doors for the interior spaces. We shall still come to architecture. We click on door. It will show us this door that we have. Now I'm seeing here Lord family has appeared. Our Lord family has appeared. If you can see yours here, you just click on it, then you come and pick your door. For me, I will now pick basically any, because I can now use a wooden door here, because these are going to be interior doors that don't need a lot of glass. So you can just now place your doors like that, just like that. And then I need a door here, I need a door here, like that. We're going to change the orientations of these doors. I need another door here. Revit is complaining because that door is too big for that space. These doors are really big. Now we're going to edit this door a bit. Let's click on it. Then you come to edit type. You see this, there's the width, there's the height. Now this being an interior door, we don't need large doors. We shall just have a door of 900 millimeters by width, and then the height is going to be 2.5, just like that. When I click apply and then I click OK, like that, you see the door has reduced in size. All of them have reduced in size. Now for interior doors, unlike exterior doors that open from the outside, the interior doors have to open from the inside. So we shall flip these things outside and flip this one like that. Then I'll click on this door, I'll flip this thing, and I flip here. Of course, you have to swing it towards the wall. That is the essence of us orienting it like this, flipping them like this. Then this one has to also open towards the wall, just 100 millimeters closer to the wall. And then this one here, we shall flip it inside. You click on this, and then it is opening. I think for this it needs to swing from that side to this side, and this one has to be 100 millimeters closer to this wall. So this is how you try to create these doors. Now we need these same doors for our washrooms. So I'll simply pick one, I'll come to create similar, then I can just place them there, just like that. Then I'll try to escape. Then I want to flip this like this. Then let me click on it. I'll change this distance from the wall to 100. And then the same with this, I'll see if this is already 100, so I'll just leave it like that. So I'm going to try and delete some of the line dimensions so that we have we can see our doors very well. They are trying to contest our space. So like this, you can see the doors we have created. Let me see, let me delete all these measurements. Now this is how you can create your doors. Now let me see the dimension. This is the head height. And then here we also ensure that the head height of this door is 2.5. All the head heights of all the openings have to be 2.5 or 2 meters and 500. This is because we head height is basically where the beam is, and the beam has to sit on an even or on an even space or an even line. You can't have the beam on different and at different levels. That's why we need to have the head height for both the windows and the doors at the same height. That's exactly what we have achieved. We have this at 2.5. All the doors here are at 2.5, as you can see here. Now we have finished the doors. We need the windows. Actually, we need another door here to escape outside. Of course, for this part I can simply just pick this. I'll come to create similar. I'll create a door here that will be opened outside because it is an exterior door. And then there's this one here. I think I'll just leave this place open. Let me first flip this door to open like this, so that someone from outside can open it from outside, because it is an exterior door and we're going to bring it 100 millimeters closer to the wall here. Now I'll just try and split this. I'll split this. This is supposed to be, I think, the pantry. This is supposed to be the pantry. I'll just move this one here. Then this one I can take it there. Let me measure this space here with the align dimension tool, just like this. That is not enough because we want this space for moving charcoal, for moving food stuff, for moving all those things. I can put 950, just like that. It will now be basically an open space from the kitchen that you can access. Or you can use a door frame. There are some door frames you can get from Revit libraries, from 3D objects, and there are many other libraries that you can get online. So when we come to our 3D and we try to orbit like this, you'll be able to see the doors we created here. You see these doors here, they are here, that one is there. So basically this is how you can create your doors. See that? Now we have properly created our doors. What we are left with is the windows. So let's go ahead and click on the windows. So you come to architecture, you go to windows, and then you come to load family, and you look for windows instead of doors. I think this is a window. This is double something something. I can't read the real name. So there's another window here, I guess. This is their names are, this is a door. This is actually a door. So we're looking for a window. Sometimes it's a hassle to find these things. Now I can get windows here. There's this one. I'll just click on it to open in the project so that it can load. Let it load, give it that time. So it is loading here. It's loading here. Now it has loaded. I will simply just place it here, just around there, just like that. Then I can also place another one here, because this side we shall put a curtain wall. And then where else can I place my window? Where else can I place my window? I guess the kitchen needs a window here. This is both dining and kitchen. This side we can also have a window. So you keep placing these windows just like that. Can have another window here. Can have another window here. I can have another window. No, I don't think I need it here. So for now, we shall go to the 3D and see the kind of windows we have placed. See that? See this? Now we have the doors and the windows. However, we need to ensure that the head height is still the same. Now I can just decide to say I'll right click, I'll select all instances visible in view, then I'll change the head height to 2.5. So it will select all the windows and change all their head heights. See that? Now when you click on all these, you'll see their head heights at 2.5, the same as the doors, just like that. So you should always ensure that these head heights are the same, so that your openings are all aligned with the same head height. Now we have placed these windows. However, when you come to the ground floor, make sure you save this work. You realize there are some rooms that don't have windows yet, and I purposely left them out. For example, these small rooms, the bathroom and the toilet. This is simply because they are small spaces and their windows can't be as big as these other ones. So now we shall go back to architecture. We look for window. We go to load family. We're going to look for smaller windows. Smaller windows that can fit in smaller spaces. Let me see a smaller window. There's this window here that is pretty small. So I'll just open this. Let it load in Revit, and we shall use it. So it is loading. Then if I place one here, you see it is a smaller one. It can fit in these areas. Now I'm going to place two here for this master bedroom because it has a lot of space here. Can place just like that. And then I guess I'll come to this, I'll pick it, I'll say create similar. I'll also come and place one here, another one here, just like that. When you come to the 3D, you should be able to see another set of windows. Now these ones are a little bit slit, so I'll click on one. I'll say edit type. I want to make them slim and long. So the width, I'm going to reduce it to, let's say, 800. Then of course the height, it's supposed to be 2.5, I think. Let me first apply that, then I say okay. But then the height has gone really high, so we shall come back to edit type. We can give the height of let's say 1.5. We shall apply, shall say okay. And then the head height, we ensure all the head heights. So I'll just right click on this. I'll say select all instances visible in view. Then I'll change the head height to 2.5. Now it will push all of them to 2.5. which is the same head height we had for other openings, the bigger windows and the doors. So now you see all these things have the same head height, and these windows are looking good. They are really looking good. So you can try to balance your windows like that, so that every room has access to natural light. This room actually also needs window, so I'll just click on this. We come to create similar, then I will place it here just like that. We shall have another window there. Okay, now I think our openings are basically done. Now what we are left with is furnishing our spaces. We have given the openings, but of course now we need to furnish the spaces with the components like a bed, chair, the kitchen layout, and the living area components. All these we shall get them from the library. Now to pick those ones, of course when you come to architecture you will not directly see them here because they are different components, and they are all combined into this component tool. So you click on this drop down, then instead of module in place you come to place a component. This time it will now place any form of component. So when I say load family from here, you will now be able to pick any form of family that you want. Now we have a lot of families here. I'll first of all pick this chair, which is good for our sitting room. I'll just open it up into Revit. It will load, then Revit will be ready to place it. So if I place it, I think here, like that, when you come to the 3D, and let's see where the face of the house it is here. When you see inside there, it has been placed like that. See that? So we have that one already here. I don't know why it is appearing like this. Let me try and see shaded. When I place shaded and it is still showing that. So I guess we shall just find. Let's look for fine. Now that one is better. I've clicked on fine. From down here, the detail level, let me look for medium. At least medium, I can now see the chair, but those excess extensions of the openings have been taken off because they will really make our work to look disorganized. So we now have this chair. I can just, let me first rotate it. If you want to rotate, you click on this rotate tool. The shortcut is RO. After clicking on it, you click on the object, you draw one line like this, and then you can now start rotating. I can do 90 degrees. I'll just write 90 and it will rotate it like that. When I want to drag, I can simply use my key on the keyboard, just like that. I can move it wherever I want. Now I can even rotate this again. I will just simply come to the rotate tool. I'll click on it. I'll draw that line. You can draw this line in any direction. It doesn't matter. Just like that. Now I think this is much better. This is so much better. It's actually exactly what I wanted to achieve. So now we can have that. I can flip this. Actually, I can flip this by creating a mirror. So if you want to create a mirror, you select the object you want to mirror. You come to these two options. There's a mirror pick axis, then there's a mirror draw axis. You can use any of them. They will still perform the same work. But if you want to pick access, you will click on it, and then you basically write, or you will click on a point that will act as an axis. Then when you click on draw axis, you can simply draw the axis anywhere you want, and it will be able to mirror the component. So now for me, I'll just click on the first one, pick axis, and the axis is going to be really this part of the chair. So that's like that, it has mirrored this chair. And of course we are going to change the orientation of this to at least fit on the other side. So you can either use your space bar on the keyboard, just like that, or you can use rotate tool. So if you want to rotate these things, you can rotate like this. You see that? So if I bring this one here, then I bring this one here, to be able to see something like that. Then of course if I try to rotate it further, that's what I'll get. So I'll delete this. This was basically to illustrate to you how you can orient these things and how you can mirror a component. Now we're going to look for more components. You come to architecture, you still go to these components, you click on the drop down, come to place component. When I click on load family, it will take me back to the library. So if you don't have the libraries, you're encouraged to download them. Now we're going to pick, I think I'll pick this kitchen. Let me first pick this and see if it will fit in our space. Just open it into to Revit. Let me open it into Revit. I hope you people are subscribing, because we have more projects that you don't want to miss. And when you subscribe, it will also encourage us to continue creating more videos, advanced stuff. So now we have this kitchen layout. It can only be placed if it has detected the wall. So for example, if I want to place it here, it will refuse, but when it touches a wall, it will be active. And I will place it just here. This is a complete layout, so the kitchen is actually now, it's just done. Now you realize this door here is disorganized in our kitchen layout. For that matter, I think I'm going to delete this other wall here. Then I'll try to bring this door away from that kitchen. I'll even delete this window. I'll move it here, just like that. We need enough space for the kitchen, by the way. You should not assume that the kitchens will be too small. So we need enough space for the kitchen. And well, what I'll do, I'll click on this wall. I'll say create similar. I'll create another wall here, just to give some bit of privacy for the kitchen from this open entry. Now I'll click on this wall. I'll come to this trim and extend, which is the last option. I'll click on this side of this wall, then I'll bring this one back here, just like that. And then of course I want this one to be exactly where the kitchen layout stops, so I'll use the align tool, which is the shortcut is AL. I'll click here and then here, so it will properly align the kitchen. The kitchen will fit here, and this area is for movements. It's for movements. And I think Let me try and see the measurement here. This is 1.9. That's okay. We can now use this as a foyer. Then I think I can just also align this one. I'll click on here and there. I'll align that wall to this. Now someone will enter here. They will not directly see the kitchen, so they have the privilege to walk directly into the house, then access other things like the dining here, the living room, but the kitchen has to be somehow also protected, not too protected. So now the kitchen is done. Let's look for other components. We still have more components here. I hope that is the correct English. So we'll come to architecture. You go to components, you place a component, you load family. Let's look for, we're going to look for, I don't know exactly what we're looking for because we have so many components, so we shall just be placing them as we find any of them. I'm not seeing what I want. I wanted a TV set. Now, what I'll do, since I can't find them here directly, it will take me a lot of time if I want to search them manually like this. So the best option, or another way I can load these families, is by going direct to my computer and look for them from the browser, and then I'll just double click on them and they will load automatically into Revit, and we can load it into the family. So I'll close this, then I'll escape so that I'm not disturbed by the cursor. So I'll come to this library, then I can now search here for whatever thing I want. Let me see what I even have here. There are these toilets. I'm seeing here toilets. But for now, let me just search for, first of all, TV set. Just like that, TV. Then let's see what we have here. They've given us so many TVs here. There's this type. There's TV stand here. There's TV stand here. There are these TV screens. So I'll just right click on this. Right click on it. I'll say open file location. Basically, I want to see where it is located. So now it is here. It has even given us more options. We now have here these chairs, we have the dining set, and all these. We can now, I guess most of our components are here, even the beds are here. That means we are at the right place. So now I'll first of all start by uh, taking this TV stand to library, to Revit. So you just double click on it like this. You say upgrade the model, then it will open in it will open up here like that. Then from here you can now come to load into project. You click on this button that says load into project. You will load, it will load here. Now I can place it here. That is our TV stand. Now I can go back to my browser. I'll double click on this TV set. I'll also upgrade the model. It will open up just like that. For now, I'll close this other table view. Now this is the TV we have. I can just load it into project as well. Then I'll come and place it on this table. I hope it is sitting on top of the table. It seems it has entered inside. When I click on it, I come to the elevation from the ground. You see it is 0. That means it has entered inside the table. So let me remove it by elevating it by 600 millimeters. Now it has come out. When you come to the 3D, you should be able to sit on top of the table. You see there? So now this is our TV, and I can even move it from here just like that. So you will try and organize this thing, but it's for the interior designers. If you are planning to do interior design, you need to properly understand how these things work. Your work doesn't only stop by placing these components. Now we are going to place more components. I'll come to the browser. I've downloaded a lot of these components, so you'll also want to download just like me so that you don't struggle finding this. So I want this dining set. I'll double click on it. I'll upgrade the model. It will open in a Revit, and I'll just say load into the project. So it will load into our project, and we can have it. I don't know why it is not active. I don't know why it is active. Dining table. So it's refusing to load. I don't understand why. So I think, I don't know, I can't tell. So I'll just go and look for a different component. Since that one refused, we can try this, upgrade the model. That's how some of these components behave, by the way. So we're going to load this into project. Let me close this one that refused. I'll load it into project. So now this one has accepted. It is friendly to us, so we shall just place it there just like that. When you come to your 3D, where's our kitchen? Our kitchen is here. You can see this is where people are going to enjoy food. It's near the kitchen. So we shall close this. Some of these components you can edit them, others you can't edit. For example, this one, let's say edit family. When you click on edit family, you see here you can I think you can change a few things here, but I don't want to risk, because when you are not the one who has created this model and you try and change a lot of things, it will disorganize the whole system. So from here I can also edit type. And then there are few things that you can edit here, but I don't see a lot of things we can edit. Then when I click here and the drop down, we have only one option. That means it is the only option that we can use for this project. Now the dining, I think it's too close to this living room. You can simply drag these things this side. You can move them like this to create more space for the dining. I'll push this one this side to have more space there. And then now the dining table, I can bring it a little bit like this, like that. So now there I feel it is okay, and we move on. We keep moving on and on. So now we are heading to the bedrooms, because I feel this side we have achieved our target. Now we go back to the browser. This time we are going to pick a bed. I have this bed that is a bigger bed for the master bedroom. I'll double click on it. I'll upgrade model. Then when it opens, you see our bed is here. I'll load it into project, click in there, then I can place it, can simply place it here. Let me see. If you want to change the direction of these components, you click on the space bar on the keyboard, just like that. It will be able to flip them according to what you want. So if I place this bed there, I believe that is not bad at all. So our bed is there. That is a big bed. Let me close this. When you come to the 3D, we should be able to see our bed in the room. See that? So that is our bed. They may not look realistic here, but eventually when you are rendering, these components will become realistic. Can even bring it closer like this. Just there. We actually have enough space here in this room, because it being the master bedroom, there are a lot of things that you are supposed to create here. We didn't even create the master washroom, which is supposed to be around here. So that's a task for you. Now we are going to the library again. Then we shall now pick smaller beds. There's this one. I'll double click on it. I'll upgrade model. I'll wait for it to load into the Revit. I'll come to load into project. It will load. Then I can start simply placing them like that. Then I'll come and place another one here like that. Now our beds are all placed and they're properly aligned. One thing you should also notice is you don't face the bed towards the door or towards the window. So the bed has to always be towards a wall that has no opening, or if it can have an opening, just like this master bedroom, the windows are a little bit aside. They are not directly facing the bed, because one, when there's sun, when sun is either setting or rising, sometimes it can have access to the rooms through these openings. And if your bed is directly facing these openings, it can affect your comfortability in your room, in your own room. So for that matter, you should always avoid having the beds facing the openings directly. And even for security reasons, it's not advisable for your head to be directly where the openings are. So that's basically the reason why I'm putting these openings towards the walls, not the openings. So we have these. Let's go to the library again. Let's see the next thing we can use in our project. There's pantry cabinet here. So this pantry cabinet, we can upgrade it to the model. We open it. Since we didn't have the pantry itself, we can use this pantry cabinet. But I see it is also big. It's really big. I think we shall just now ignore it. Let me orient this here like that. I'm seeing, yeah, something like that. So now it has to be there, but I think we don't really need it badly. And like that, let me delete this. I think for now we can look for safe. There's this safe here. You can say cupboard, you can say wardrobe, you can say closet, but basically these are storage components. I'm seeing a book safe here. We shall need this later, probably in the master bedroom, but I think for now let us just use this safe. We shall double click on it. We shall upgrade the model and wait for it to open in a Revit. Then I'll just come to load into project. That to temporarily show or hide masses, select the mass and site. Revit has enabled the show mass mode so that newly created the mass will be visible. Okay. So this one here has also refused place on face. place on plane. Now it has accepted plane. When I selected face, it was refusing. When I changed to place on plane, it has accepted. So now we can place this on a plane. Plane is basically these wall faces, the wall faces. So I can orient this just like that. I think I can place one here. I can place another one here because I need at least enough for this room. Then for this other room, I'll just click on the space bar to flip it. I'll need one here. Then I'll also need another one in this room. Just like that. I think our safes or the storage components have been placed. We've placed them where they are supposed to be. So we are left with, I think, the washroom. So let us first of all save this work before we lose it. For the washroom, I'll come to the library. I don't know if I'll get washroom components here. I think we also need one chair for the master bedroom, but I'm seeing here there's a complete component for the living room. Actually, when I double click and upgrade it to model, I can see a complete model for the living room. Let it load into the project. So I'll first close this safe. Now this one here is complete really. When I load it into project, it even has a human being. You see here? When I flip it, it will show us that it has everything that we need. Even it has these tables. Let me just try and hide this. So if you want to hide anything in a library, this is the right opportunity for you to learn. You come to this icon that shows like a mirror. You click on it, you come to hide element, it will hide it. If you don't want to see this blue, this it should be green, this green line, you click on this icon again, you say apply hide stroke isolate to view. Those things will disappear. Then we have this in place. Now I can simply move it in the middle here, just like that. I believe this is a better component now to that chair we had before. Let me first close this. When I come to the 3D, I go to my living room. We shall have this. However, the one that we were hiding is still there. Now, if you don't want to see that completely, I can come to the ground floor. I'll come to this hide. You can see it is grayed out. You can't see any hidden thing here. Now you'll come to this bulb. It will reveal hidden elements. You click on it, it will show what you have hidden. Now anything you see in red here is a component that is in the project, but it has been hidden. So I can simply select it. I'll right click. I'll say unhide in view elements. So when I unhide it, it will bring it back to life. When I click this bulb again, our component will be here. We can now select it and delete it away, and we shall have that in place. I can now save my work. So just like that, we have changed this component. Remember, we're looking for the components in our washrooms. So I'll come to this library once again, and this time we shall simply close this, we shall close this, shall close that. Back here we shall look for toilet. I think I thought I had some here, but it seems we don't have them here. We don't have any here. I can't see any here. Toilet, 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 toilet. Okay, we shall simply search. So search for toilet like that. And then of course there are quite a number here. I don't know which one I can now select. I think I'll just select this one. I'll right click on it. I'll say open file location. I'll use a Control Shift 2 to make them to look the thumbnails to appear realistic. I don't want to see them in form of list. So I'll double click, then upgrade the model so that it can load into the Revit. Then I'll come to load into project. Then I can simply place it where it is supposed to be. Now this one here, I think I'm going to place it around, let me see, I'll use my space bar to flip it like that, use the space bar again, use the space bar again. Now I can place it here. I think that is where it is supposed to be. I'll simply have it there like that. Then we need another thing. I'll come and check in the library. We need this toilet paper dispenser. I'll double click, upgrade model, just like that. Then let me close this other 3D. So this one I'll come to load into project. Then it loads. I'll simply put it here. I can flip it with my space bar. Then I'll just place it here. For it, it has to sit a little bit above the ground level. You see here the reverse one is on the ground level. I think this one can sit 400 millimeters or 600 millimeters above the ground, because it cannot be really down. So there we have our toilet and the toilet paper dispenser. Can close this. And what I'm trying to look for now again is the shower. We need the shower. We need even what we call the sink. I saw we had one sink here. It is here. So I can double click on this sink, upgrade the model, and wait for it to load into Revit. Then I'll come here to load it into project. I have it here. I can just simply place it here. One, I can place it there. So where else do we need it? Where else do we need it? I guess we also need one here in the dining. I think, yeah, in the dining we can place one there. Okay, so simple like that. Then I will just save that work. Let me close this one here. Let me come back to the library. This time I am looking for showers for bathing, showers. The showers here we have this one. We shall double click, upgrade to model, and it will open into Revit. I don't know why it is appearing like this, but I'll just load it into project. We shall see what we get. So let it load into our project, and we place it in our shower room. I guess it is a complete set. I just downloaded this actually. See, yeah, this one is okay. It is a complete set actually. Just place it there. You are done. Pretty simple, right? So here we have our shower room for people to bathe. Here we have the toilet. Then of course here people move out. And the master bedroom is supposed to have all these things inside. So I want to give you a task of creating all this inside here. You can simply just extend this wall like this. You can drag it like this. You can drag this wall like this. Then you can create another wall. Let me say you just click on this, you say create similar, then you create another wall here just like that. Then you can remove this window, and you can measure it so that the distance is really normal distance. This one can be, let's say, 1400, just like that. Then of course that one mean this bed has to push a little bit away from there. Then if you have that ready, you can simply come and select on this wall, you say create similar. You can create something similar here, and then you also measure it. Let's measure that. That's 1.6, so small. You can say 1.8, just like that, for our master bedroom. So this, let's try and make it 1.5. The master bedroom washroom is supposed to be really big enough, so you don't have to make it as small as the others. So this can be your walk-in closet, and then this will be everything that we have just done there. So here you can create an opening by simply splitting this wall using the split element, which is SL. You split there, and then you just drag this one this side, you drag that one that side, and make sure the space here is really enough for movements. And then you can pick one safe, you say create similar, you come and place it here. You can flip it, you can place one here just like that. You flip another one, you can place it there just like that. And then of course I'll escape a few times so that I can move out of the command. And then I think this wall, I'll just take it there, and then I'll use align dimension tool to align this with this, just like that. And then this wall here, I'll also delete it away. I'll come to align dimension, I'll align this with this wall, so that we have these closets that are going to lead into the washroom here. So the washroom will be able to have a door that can be a glass door, really small one. So for example, if I come to doors, then I go to load family, I can look for a very small door just like this one here. I guess that is one really smaller one. So for that matter, I'll use this, can use that. And then I'll just place it here. I'll place it here, and then of course I'll edit it. It has to open from the inside. I'll come to edit type. I'll make sure the width is really small, say 900. And then of course the head height is 2.5. As always, I'll apply and then I'll say okay. So it is here, sitting here, and well, I wanted you to do this yourself, but I've already done it. So what you need here is basically you just pick now these components. You pick this, you say create similar, you bring it here, then you can place it anywhere you want. So I can place one here just like that. You go and pick another one, maybe the toilet paper, you say create similar, Then you bring it here, you simply flip, then you bring it closer to the toilet. Then you come to the shower, you say create similar, you also bring it here. You can just have it this side here, just like that. You have your bathing, you do your bathing there. So you can come and pick the sink, you say create similar, you bring it here, just like that. So this is how you do these things. You see, from nowhere we have created our master suite. It now has this closet. It is a walk-in closet. You walk here, you can change your clothes and do all those things. You go and bathe, you come to this. So we can really do a lot of things, but of course now we need the window there. I can come to this window, I say create similar, I'll just create another window here, basically like that, because we need the windows everywhere. We need windows in every room. So if this one is going to block this, we can pick the toilet. What this one, I'll say pick new host. It will simply, when I say now it is failing to pick it, let me just escape a few times, come and click on it like that. Then I can say create similar. I just come and flip it here, put it there. So let me just delete this one. It is now access here. Basically that is it for this room. Now we have the walk-in closet with the toilet and the showers for the master bedroom. You can also create a smaller office here for this master guy, because he's the owner of the house. So his house has to have almost everything that you will want a convenient room to have. So we have finished, first of all, creating the openings. We have placed all the components for all the rooms. So this is what we wanted to achieve in this video. I believe you have learned how to now create the openings. Those are windows. Then you have learned how to place these components. I remember telling you these components, you can get them from the libraries like 3D Warehouse. Then there's the Revit Air, there's the Revit Library, and all those libraries that you can get online to have these components. Now the next time we come back for this project, we shall do a slab on the ground. We shall also do the ceiling up, then we do roof, and from there we can now start facade in this house, and that will probably take us towards the end of the project. I believe up to this point you have really learned a lot. Please make sure you subscribe before leaving this video, because we need the numbers to keep doing this and to keep creating more content for you. Of course, I'll see you in the next part of this project. Thank you.